Hello everybody, this is Allstars Gaming and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play 9 Years of Shadows. In the previous episode, we acquired the Grace of Auriel after being chased by Belial. Which allows us to do light elemental damage. And then we proceeded to help out the performers with the last thing, which involved fighting Logon Duck, which was a pain in the ass. But through it, we got the last of the Shards of Light, which allowed us to upgrade the Grace of Auriel. Now, in between episodes, I actually went ahead and finished off the bestiary because I looked at my achievements and saw that I just had finishing the bestiary and probably the last one for beating the game. And the only two I was missing, if I can find them, are the Shadow Harpy and the Spiked Carcinus, which apparently are two enemies you don't really find along the beaten path of the story after you've acquired the Grace of Auriel. In order to find them, what I did is I went to this area over here, and you'll find both of them there. But yeah, may as well take a look through the bestiary before we go off to fight Belial, or maybe make our way there. I don't know. This might be the finale. You already know because of the title, but I don't. Let's see. Once brave defender of Talos, these loyal servants now hunt the ones they once protected. This brutish variant will attempt to rend its prey apart with its clawed hands. Umbra Bat. The bats were former tenants of Talos Tower. You know what? I'm just going to scroll through these. If you want to read them, go ahead and pause the video. The only ones I'm really interested in reading are the boss ones. Let's see, we've read Dwarven Guard, Ulf, Isa Kabir, Leno Attack, Frenice, Guard, Gear of Erebus. I don't think we've read this one. This vile machine came to life due to corruption of Talos. Tainted crystals clung to and powered the many mechanical parts discarded by Talos. Reaper, the guardian of the gates of the afterlife. He will not allow anyone to desecrate the land of the dead. The Horned God, originally a charitable god charged with caring for the helpless, the Horned God was cast out when he began to abuse his power. His corrupt desire led him to steal souls and keep them as trophies. Yikes. Link, an assassin trained and tortured by an evil sorcerer. His mind fractured into 7 unique personalities, all with the same mission, to eliminate the Huntresses, faithful followers of the goddess Diana. Nisi, remnants of slime exposed to great amounts of corrupted magic. Now sentient, the slime came to life near a suit of excavation armor, which she took as a means of transportation and defense. Limo, remnants of the slime turned sentient after exposure to magic in the Talos orphanage. With that magic, they are now able to cast basic spells and use their own oozy substance both as a weapon and a catalyst for their unique form of sorcery, slime magic. Maria. Hailing from the long line of guardians, Maria became the last surviving guardian of Talos after an act of treason claimed her sister's life. She is sworn to honor the legacy of her family by carrying on in her duties, even as the curse grows in power. And Malzel. An expert game player, he spent a lifetime designing a machine that would allow him to use chess pieces to defeat his opponents. Winning has never been so crucial. Alright, nothing else to it. We've gotten all the upgrades we can. We've filled out the bestiary. We've explored it everywhere possible. Except for that one area, but yeah, not really concerned by that. Let us head to the last area of the game. The observatory. I do kind of wish her elevator sprite would have changed to the Grace of Auriel. Nothing to say, huh? And I don't think there's a whole lot to this area except to just go up. Let's see, we've got this area off to the side. No clue what it's about. I guess it doesn't really matter. Heck, the map maker has no clue. Over here, we've got the performers one last time. May as well talk to everybody. I've been trying to rehearse a bit, but I keep getting distracted. I'm used to being around people. Not a people person? No, you're not that bad, though. Can't imagine all the things you must have seen by now. I have to admit, this castle is impressive. I bet. I hope I can see it all someday. It makes me so happy to see you. I keep praying to the gods and all of nature's spirits to keep you safe. Thank you. I think it's worked. So far. Young warrior, we've done everything in our power to help you. You must continue on your own now. I will. Thank you. Imagine attending a concert or playing in this theater. You know, before all this happened. Maybe your father did. Did he ever talk about it? He told me they were wonderful events. It was an honor being asked to perform in this theater. So, you've been looking for the rest of the orchestra, right? More like bumping into them. Oh well. Still, thank you for helping us. Okay, I know you're a super pirate lady with an eye patch. And you think you need strength to survive and all that stuff. Sure. But the power of mystical destiny argues otherwise. This luck stuff is no joke, okay? Here, trust me. You can hold my lucky drumsticks for a couple minutes. Maybe a little bit of their luck will rub off on you. Maybe later, Lewis. I've done everything I can to help you. The rest is up to you. Good luck, young warrior. Thank you, Hibino. Alright, that's that. Sector H, Observatory. I'm guessing a lot of these portraits and busts are backers on Kickstarter. That's all I can think of. Boy, my platforming skills have not gotten any better in the course of this game. And I'm actually planning on taking on another Metroidvania next after this. Oh, hey! There's Locke from Final Fantasy VI. Don't know if the cats are a reference to anything. Yeah, these all gotta be Patreon backers or references in some way. Sad thing is, it seems like I'm not going to see half of them, unless I choose to backtrack. Unless they're mirrored on each side. Okay, that one on the left is creepy. But yeah, a lot of people seem to have backed this game. I don't know how well this game did, financially, I should say. Whoa. Okay, things are starting to fall apart a bit. Definitely getting close to Belial. Where was I? But I hope it did pretty well, at least well enough that the, that they can continue to do what they do. Alright, final save room. Alright. Well, we've reached the final boss, so this is probably going to be the finale, which means I gotta do audio testing midweek. I know I've said it before, I do not like the regeneration. Ow. For the bar of light. And would have much preferred to have active healing be what we could do. But we gotta work with what we've been given. Am I able to skip this? Apparently not. Just gotta learn his patterns and how to avoid them. Just gotta remember, surviving the attacks is a lot more important than actually hitting him, because hitting him doesn't do me any good if I don't survive. Okay, got a little too greedy on that one. But it seems like he was moving to a second phase, because he moved down, which he hadn't done before. There's also the serpent tunnels down there. I don't know what that's about. but it seems they're closed off. Oh, nope, not anymore. Oh, come on. Guess it's just meant to be a means of quick escape. How am I supposed to get away from that? I really hate that I can't skip this cutscene every single time. I know it ain't that long, but it's still eating up time. I swear it's those 4 points lasers that have the most bullshit hitbox that keep getting me. The sad thing is, I know this thing has multiple phases. Because of course it does. And I'm willing to bet there's no checkpoint between them. Okay, one last attempt on camera. And then I'm just gonna cut to the next phase. You see what I'm saying about the bullshit hitboxes on that one? Not anywhere near the laser and it still manages to hit me. Okay, on to the next phase. What is this? How do I avoid... Okay, so we figured out what the snake tunnels are for. Okay, now what? Please tell me there is a checkpoint. Because if I have to do that entire fight again, I'm going to scream. I swear to God. I have to do the entire fight again? Give me a moment. Okay, I have fought my way back to the final, what I'm hoping is the final form. I did use a cheat table that basically made it so that my light bar would rapidly recover, because having to fight through all those stages again was not appealing to me. And it looks like I'm gonna have to do it again. Because all these rapid attacks that I just can't keep up with are Oh boy! Holy shit, I think I finally did it. Key in this phase is to just, as soon as one of those orbs lights up, you break the connection so that you can still keep swinging at them. And after that, it's just try to avoid the attacks as best as you can. If you can get through the first 3 phases, which, honestly, the 3rd phase isn't too difficult once you know the attacks, which, by the way, there is one that actually makes use of the siren form, but it's just like those spinning discs of death shoot across if you don't swim up the waterfall in time, which if you can do it in time, great. Oh, it's just the first and the second phase, especially with those lasers that shoot off in 4 directions that are consistently rotating, that are the hardest part. After this one, if you fought, I think it was the Horned God, then you would know how to avoid those spinning discs. The same 4 lasers are difficult to avoid, but like I said, with the colored one, which is one that takes up the most space and makes it difficult to get away, just slice it in a way that it disrupts it so that it's only shooting between 2 of them. Don't bother focusing on others, just take out one and then focus on slicing up Belial. But yeah, once we see this, it's basically over. There's nothing you can do to avoid this laser, just like it was before. Stop, Apino. I understand now. I understand why I can't kill you. Why you're angry. All you've ever known is pain and misery. And I tried to kill you by adding to it. It only made you stronger. I'm such a fool. This isn't all you are, Apino. I know your heart. I have no heart. Yes, you do, Apino. Zwee! Apino, I'm so sorry for what happened to you. And I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry for everything. Zwee! It's okay. I'm not afraid to die anymore. I'm just glad you're here. Zwee! I love you too. And here it is, the end of 9 Years of Shadow. Seems like the 3 assistants we had along the way were nothing more than spirits? Or maybe they died in the blast when the curse was broken, who knows. With the source of the curse destroyed, light and color slowly returned. The source of the curse destroyed. Like, yeah, I just said that. And with them, hope. After 9 years, the shadows began to dispel. Talos and its inhabitants were freed from the darkness. Some still carried scars from the curse. I was just like you, Apino. Oh, happy ending. I wanted to confront the darkness, but I wasn't ready. I couldn't do it alone. We needed the journey we went on together. Part of me wishes that we could leave our sorrow behind, so the loss would never sting again, but we must carry it with us. The memories, painful though they are, tie us to the ones we loved. Savior, break the curse. Honestly, despite a couple of bosses being a little more difficult than they needed to be, seriously, you just needed to add a checkpoint before that final phase. I actually still enjoyed the game. Gameplay was fun. I definitely enjoy some of the quality of life stuff, like the auto-swapping of armors when you need them. Though not when you really need them in certain situations, but hey, like the chess master. Again, I get the whole Grace of Auriel things, like Apino's gone so you no longer have his lullaby to heal you. I just wish that the regeneration was a little more powerful, especially when enemies get off attacks so rapidly that sometimes it's near impossible to dodge. But beyond that, I really enjoyed this game. I liked the exploration. It wasn't too long, so it didn't overstay its welcome. The hand-drawn art was beautiful. And the fact that it wasn't, how do I explain this, too complicated in certain regards, made it very easy for me to just 100% complete it. There were no hidden areas or places you had to go really out of your way in order to get some perfect ending, like many Metroidvanias have. And I do like that it is a largely happy ending. Yes, the people that are gone for good. There's no bringing them back just because you break the curse. But it does leave an opening for a brighter tomorrow between these two. And I'm glad for it. Other than that, not really a whole lot else to say. I already got plans for what the next series is going to be. It's going to be another Metroidvania, one that, relative to the time that I am recording this, came out relatively recently. Though this does mean that I have to get it all set up, do the audio testing and all that now. Because I still need another video to fill in Thursday's slot, and I can't really use Not Tonight 2 for that. Because, I mean, technically I could, because then it would mean that I would have to do 2 different sets of audio testing. I suppose technically I could do Ghost Trick, but then I would just be pushing off this week's audio testing to next week, which I would also have to do for Not Tonight 2, or after Not Tonight 2 ends, because finale for that's coming up soon. So yeah, no, I gotta do it now. But yeah, with that, if you guys enjoyed this series, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, don't forget to hit that bell icon to get notifications for an upload, and please, leave a comment down below this video. I'll see you guys in the next episode, or rather next series. Thanks for watching.